Welcome back to Out of the Rough. I'm with Ryan Metro from Cloud49, a cloud computing service company.
Right.
And we talked about three things. We talked about computer infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about disaster recovery,
Sure.
part of the cloud, and then the data backup.
Yes.
That is the most important thing. Now, I got to tell you, back in the day, my data backup was on a little disk, you know, the little floppy.
Right.
And that's how it was. And I would back it up about once a week and take it home.
Yes.
And Christmas Day, 1996, our computers were stolen, and luckily I had that floppy backup. The problem is I don't think all the data was there. I'm not an expert when it comes to that. I thought I was doing it right, though.
Right, right.
And you see stories after stories, because now people do tape backups. And so let's talk about data backup.
There are a lot of stories out there, kind of horror stories about backups not working well. I have a friend who, he's an auditor. He was talking to a guy who had a data backup solution that he apparently really believed in. And they had 7 tapes, one for every day of the week. They were taking one home, leaving 6 in the office. They felt like they had it down. And they had a failure. And they came back to their tapes to upload them. And out of those 7 tapes, only 2 of them actually worked. Now, they were awfully thankful that the 2 did work. But if you think about the percentages of those tapes not working, it's actually kind of breathtaking in a sense. You spend all this money, all this effort to create a solution that you think you can trust. And when you need it, a huge percentage of it fails.
Now, you said there were 7,
Right.
and only 2 of them worked. So if they're doing 1 per day, what if the only one that's working was the data from 7 days ago? And then you lose a whole week's worth of productivity.
Now, some businesses, maybe that doesn't matter to them, but I think most it does.
Most it does.
You know, most it does. I mean, for us, it matters. If I lose a whole week in my office of the productivity of all of my people, that's a problem.
Yes.
That's a problem for me. The other thing that we're finding is that they're saying that now close to 50% of all tape backups are not working correctly, failing in some way or another. Now, tapes are still viable. They're still good.
Now, tapes can still be erased, though. If you're in a subway, you were telling me a story on the break.
This was another story. Now, I don't know this particular gentleman. It's kind of a friend of a friend, kind of acquaintance kind of a thing. But they were saying that he lives in New York, and he had been backing up his data religiously, which he should do.
Mm-hmm.
But he was so concerned about that data that he wouldn't leave it with anybody else. He actually took it home with him every day. But he rode the subway. And so as the story goes, the magnetic fields as he goes in and out of the subway was literally erasing his backup every single day. Years later, they need the backup. He plugs it in and finds an empty tape. Now that's obviously a horror story. I don't know that gentleman, and if it did happen,
But it happens.
I'm terrified.
Things like that do happen. And
well, the truth of the matter is, Fred, it's portable. I mean, my wife breaks her cell phone 3 times a year because it's portable, right?
Yeah,
portable.
you could drop it. Yes.
Anything that's portable in that fashion is well, it's vulnerable.
It's also vulnerable for theft.
Of course.
Because you're carrying it around. Now, you believe in 2 different types of backups. You believe in physical backup on site and something that's on the cloud or something that's off site.
Right.
That dynamic.
Businesses need speed. And so that's why just one or the other. They need speed and they need safety. Now, the cloud is going to bring safety because it gives you your data off site, somewhere else. And so if your building burns down, it's there. What it doesn't necessarily bring all the time, unless you upgrade your internet service provider, which is very expensive, it doesn't necessarily bring you speed. And so what we've done is we've created we have a box that sits there on your physical network. And it takes everything that you want it to take. You set it and then forget it. It does it automatically, takes it and it pulls it into the box. It acts there as a secure file share. It grabs that data, it encrypts it there on site, and then at night or whenever you want it to, it takes that data and it sends it to the cloud.
And it does it at night, so it doesn't jam up your superhighway of data.
Right, it doesn't hurt your
over the
productivity.
internet.
It doesn't hurt your productivity.
Connectivity.
Yeah.
Now, you also talk about different types of security. One's physical security as far as someone taking the data, and cyber security. Break those down.
There's a couple different ways we look at security. One is the physical location. If you come to one of our data centers and you try to get in, you'll find that there are gates and there are guards and there's walls and those guards have guns and there's key card access and it's not easy to find your way into there. I could probably find my way into the data center here fairly easily. It's probably in the closet around that corner over there. So we bring great hardened physical security. And then there's process security. We are audited SAS70 Type 2 data certified, which audits our controls, our processes, and then a part of our technology as well. And then there's the cybersecurity, the technical security that comes into it, where we have the firewalls and we have staffs and teams of people dedicated to doing nothing but cybersecurity. We have your data that is now archived and it's encrypted, not only on site but in transit, so it's never not encrypted.
Yeah, you mentioned that's important because if you're emailing financial documents to a financial planner or a mortgage originator, that has to be encrypted, and if it's not, it's vulnerable to theft.
Yeah, you want your data to be encrypted in transit, and not everyone does that. We provide that solution. So what we bring to the company is every company needs data backup. Just internet-based isn't effective. Just local-based isn't effective. So what we bring is the concatenation of those two things together to create a solution that works great for every business, and it's cost-effective.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Those watching this show, how can we get a hold of you, Ryan? It's Ryan Metro at Cloud49. It's email.
It's rmetro@cloud49.com. You can also come and check out our website, cloud49.com.
Great, good stuff. Thank you very much for being on the show. Yeah, great information that I know I'm going to take back to my company and share with our team. Well, I hope you enjoyed this show, Out of the Rough. If you'd like to watch this show online, go to scvtv.com or fredarnold.com. And if you'd like me to answer some questions or have some special guests, email me, fred@fredarnold.com. We'll see how we can help you out here on the air. Again, I hope this show helped get you out of the rough and into success, both professionally and personally. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Nicely done.
Thank you, sir.
So yeah, that was perfect. The fact that we got this together this morning was huge because